me one of those earpieces immediately, all right? All right. Hey, how you doing?
I want the consul's personnel records cross-checked with that new list we received from Interpol. See if you can make any matches or connections.
Okay, boys, what do we got? Have we checked the consul personal records yet? I want to know who's he been talking with, who's he been dealing with. Okay, come on, give me the story. Any demands? Any fingerprints? Have we interviewed the staff?
Whitney, who is this?
Give me a copy of that. James Carter, FBI.
Warren, he's here for the special assignment.
Oh, I'm agent in charge, Warren Russ. It's good to have you on board.
I've been waiting a long time for this. You guys sure do take a long time to process an application.
Well, Carter, your particular assignment is considered G14 classified. Now, why don't you and I take a walk and I'll fill you in.
Okay, Warren.
G14 classified. That's good.
G14 classified. That's fucking good. G14 classified late night discussions with KevRow, Conspiracy Hour with me and my co-host Candace fucking Owens, of course. It seems I took a nap or something and I woke up with nothing to do. So I decided to come back on, create G14 classified Conspiracy Hour tonight. Why not? I had nothing to do. And I know you don't either. Press 1, we all kind of stayed up watching Candace Owens, but couldn't really watch it. So we all turned to TV and said, this is enough. Everybody at the same time was tired of the same bullshit. I felt it, because I was. I was like, oh, no, I can't sit through this shit. Press 1. I cannot sit, but I remembered I have a job to do. I am not just a viewer like everybody else. I am now officially a content creator. So I have to follow media and follow all of the nonsense, even though I don't want to. So I got up really fast. I clicked on Candace Owens, and I said, what the fuck did she talk about? I got a little hour update, maybe 45 minutes of listening to her lips move, and I said, wow, this is just insane. I must go online. I must discuss this with the family. Why? And because I ain't got shit else to do. Hit the like button and subscribe. Press 1 if you here chilling with your boy. I got 42 people in G14 classified tonight, so make sure you're here every night. Yawan TV, shout out to you, shout out to the mod, shout out to C. Lewis. Anybody else that's out there listening, all 40 people, God bless you. Now, I knew that the Candace Owen things was heating up because of what she posted on her, I think it was her X page. And what she posted was talking about John. Hit the like button and subscribe. She wants us to not pay attention to John. She doesn't want us to pay attention to Ukraine. Let's go over to the files at G14. Candace Owens, important. While the video going around about Turning Point USA finances has brought some interesting questions forward, right? Sound like a pessimist. The creator wrongfully identified John McGovern. The man identified is not him, according to my TPUSA sources. The Ukraine angle is therefore wrong. And the Ukraine angle is not wrong, ma'am. Hit the like button and subscribe. And why are you all of a sudden blaming Israel and shady distancing the situation from Ukraine assassins, which put Carlson Tucker on a hit list? Press 1. Why are you lying about planes taking off? And when the Charlie Kirk thing first happened, Egypt had planes here and they took off, and then she found out that was a lie. They took off way before Charlie. So she comes with all of these different angles. Me and my team opened up G14 classified fraud department. We must investigate, right? Shout out to 50 people, 10 more people. 50 people hit that like button. So we began to investigate. You know, when people start deflecting, they got all the conspiracies in the world and start deflecting from what's real, we start paying attention. And this is important. So tonight, watching her, I figured she would have some type of deflection thing going on. Hit the like button and subscribe. because you want to deflect away from John McGovern, John Mappin, Epstein, the money that started up TP UK, Brexit, Turning Point, and you want to stick it to the United States government. You want to stick it to Israel. Press one, and Lord knows I don't like Israelis. I don't like them hats. I don't like how they sound when they talking about us. I don't like nothing about these people. But at the same time, I'm not going to let that dictate my dislike for them. You're not going to pre-program me with misplaced hate towards Israel. See, misplaced hate, if you know from the words of Tupac, divides the racist. Press one. Now, we're not for division. We for truth and unity. Now, we cannot, right, Sullivan? See, people like to do this. I learned this in jail. People like to take your anger towards something else and use it for their benefit. You see what I'm saying? People got to go to jail, Sullivan, for them to realize don't do bad things. And that's maybe because a lot of these people cannot be rehabilitated. Luckily for me and you guys, Mr. Gillespie and a lot of y'all out there are able to be rehabilitated. We don't give a damn what Joe Biden said. We don't give a damn what he said. We don't do bad things, bro. And we're considering lawful things now. So, yeah, they try to use you against you. And people do that psychologically. See, Candace and a lot of these Turning Point USA people and these propagandists out there, they're psychologists. So they think we're their patients. Don't you get it? So they use all of these psychological hand gestures out there to try to keep your mind subtle, sleep, press one, and keep talking. See, I was raised around crackheads. Crackheads like to talk. Keep rambling until they can get in your pocket. Press one. That's what I know about crackheads. See, I like to talk to crackheads because I like to talk, but I don't let them get too close. I buy them a beer first. 211, it's still reserved. You feel me? Ask the OG what he want. You see, you got to take care of the crackhead first. Then hit the like button and subscribe. Make sure he don't get you. You kind of limit the losses. You know, you want a loss of $10 or $1.50 for a malt liquor. What do you want? You want a Four Loko, OG? What do you want? Hit the like button. You see, you got to know how to live in the hood. You don't know this shit. So y'all out there doing bad things. They lived in great Harvard communities, going to protected universities. They ain't got no life skill. So they developed psychological handling jobs where they think they can handle us. Press one and tell us what to think and tell us what conspiracies, unquote, to believe. I choose to believe me. Press one. I believe what I come up with, and you should too. Stop listening to everybody and not doing your research. Listen to what this person, any person, is selling you. I teach law, history, press one, and the Bible research. I don't even like this area of YouTube, but hey, it's there. It's there. So for all the tinfoil hats out there that follow Candace Owens, shout out to y'all. I was there once, a tinfoil head just following. But at some point in time, you have to be an adult, okay? And think for yourself. Why is this person every day conspiracy after conspiracy and nobody's questioning? Nobody's trying to figure out why. And then when people do, you have to pay attention to a person's deflections. Start listening to what they say. Not if they're truth tellers, just if they're deflection. That's it. What are you deflecting from? So, since we know that the financial situation is real, hit the like button and subscribe. It don't matter what John McGovern looks like, Candace. We're looking for John. The one who makes more money than Charlie. Hit the like button. You see that? You see how they move the goalpost? They move the line of scrimmage like bad referees. They just start moving things. We're looking for John the fuck McGovern and John Mappin. Why don't you? See, because he's in Epstein's black book, so we looking for both of them. We got a bolo. Be on the lookout for John McGovern right now. We're looking for him. He's a criminal, more than likely. We want to talk to him about some things. Hit the like button and subscribe. So, without further ado, I would like to go see what the hell Candace Owens was over there deflecting from today. See, I know all of the conspiracies, they're done. So you got to make a new one. Hit the like button. You have to make up new conspiracies to remain relevant. This is why I don't do the clout chasing thing. I don't just be saying anything to try to, At some point in time, you're going to get exactly what you're looking for. You want to be the best? You want to be number one in the whole world. That's going to come at an expense. Right? Just because that's not his picture doesn't mean the Ukraine angle is wrong. Right. And you know what? Who's to say it's a real person in the first place? So her saying that's not him, I don't know, Candace. I know y'all got bad habits of putting people that don't exist as press one real people. I know y'all brains is over there hardwired like crackheads. Hardwired off this shit. You only gonna believe you in your lying eye, your lying brain, your lying ears. You want us to believe you. We got our own mind. We're allowed to think whatever it is we want to, Candace. Tinfoil hat. Whatever it is. But I know for certain that you are out of conspiracies, and the people pushing for financial disclosure, they on your ass. Why you keep making up things around Charlie and was it this one and that one? What are you really deflecting from, Candace? That you were at Turning Point that whole time all of this activity was going on, including January 6th, Candace? Including January 6th, the terrorist attack against the Capitol. You, Nick Fuentes, all of you guys should be arrested. Parler, all of you. George, can't let him go. See, that's effective. See, when you say George Farmer, Candace is involved. She like to defend George. Honestly, I think she's his number one honeypot because everything. we gonna save that. We gonna save, but I think she's George's. And expeditiously tried to get away from TP. You see her get up out of there? You see her remove all of her pictures of Charlie Kirk at the time and all of this? She got up out of there. Was that life insurance created already? Was all of this other stuff created already? Who's opening up all of these things on the side? Press one? I bet you this is going to fall back into very special people watch on the internet every day. 72 people in here. Hit the like button. Subscribe. So we're going to play this tape and pay attention to the Colombo style. Pay attention to all my Colombo investigators out there. G14 classified. Activate. Pay attention. What is she deflecting from? Who, what, where, when, and why? Because we're all out of conspiracies. There's no more conspiracies to go by. Millions of views will drop. Why? Because these incels on the internet, hit the like button and subscribe. The incels on the internet, that boy Kev. The incels on the internet. We're also doing some investigating on these school shootings. Press one. Who's getting funded? I want Candace to know. You know what we're looking into at G14 Classified? We're looking at who's doing these school shootings, where they coming from. You could have whole Ukrainian children doing this. You can have a whole trans agenda coming from a specific place pulling this off. I told you, children, compartmentalized thinking. You better be fucking careful out here in America. Because you got a bunch of groups profiting. I'm trying to find where that $8 million went from Turning Point USA. Where did that go? Whose hands are tied to this shit? And if anybody's out there profiting off of these school shootings, we should know. If Turning Point USA is profiting off of school shootings, Mr. Crowder, then we should know. If they're using school shootings to profit, I mean, Turning Point USA just had a school shooting with Charlie. That was on school. That was at school. Yeah, that was on campus. So we got to start paying attention. You're already guilty. Are you profiting from it? You're already guilty. Hit the like button and subscribe. You're already guilty. Selling freedom t-shirts. Now we're starting to put together who's donating to these places. How often and what are the chunk sizes of this? And when is this happening? And I bet you we're going to lead back to, guess what? More school problems with these people on campuses. We may be looking at a whole terrorist organization worse than Antifa. You better be very fucking careful. Worse than Antifa. All on the TV talking about black people. Something wrong with black people. It's something wrong with Turning Point and Apex and these small little groups that are beginning to look like terror incel cells. Sleeper cells. That's what it's starting to look like on this internet. Hit the like button and subscribe. It's starting to look like small terror cells. So let's listen to Candace and see what she's deflecting from once again. Let me put this over here. Once again. We're going to be talking about this all the time. Why? Because we got to find out what y'all really up to. What are y'all really up to? Hit the like button and subscribe. All right, let's take a listen to Tinfoil Hat Candace. See what she has to say on another night of G14 Classified.
Pastor Rob McCoy, let's not forget him too, because he's the spawn of naval psychological intelligence.
Oh my goodness, so annoying. So fucking annoying already. Hey guys, more psychological intelligence. Everybody is psychological intelligence except for who? Candace fucking Owens.
Psychological campaigns upon the public. And here's what he has to say about matters. Take a listen.
She sounds like a transsexual pretending to be a woman. Hey guys, get your ass out of here. You see her face is strong now. Do y'all see her? Her body is filling out, looking like a goddamn wide receiver. I told you, watch him.
I want to read you a passage out of Romans. It says in Romans 12:15 and 16, rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who weep. Be of the same mind toward one another. Do not set your mind on high things, but associate with the humble, and do not be wise in your own opinion. I think that's a fitting verse. I mean, we're hearing all kinds of speculation about...
You know, those white folk love to read out of Romans. Press one. White folks live in Romans. They don't never go to Proverbs when it's time for talking about what the hell happened. I just want to make that very clear. White folk love little passive chapters. They love that. Romans, bro. Romans. They love coming out of Romans and like little books like that. They love that. Oh, yeah, it says, I believe that Paul said this in Romans. Remember Peter said? Yeah, the same Peter Jesus called Satan. I remember. Press one. Romans. Romans. That's because they were Romans, that's why.
Charlie and what he believed and didn't believe. And I just have to tell you, this is not the time for it. It's a time to minister to the family.
That's right, Candace. It's time to minister with your manly hands to the family.
They have a husband and a father to bury. We have a friend to bury, a brother to bury, a son to bury.
Candace didn't go to the funeral. Candace didn't go to the memorial. Candace ain't at the press one, the wake. She ain't at the after party. She not after the pass, the repast, nothing. She just on the internet talking to bots. Press one. She just on the internet talking to bots.
And the world is mourning. And this is not the time to get clicks. It's not time to build your empire.
You look at Candace. It's not time to build your empire, Candace. She takes that as a jab. Me mad. You know, because she's a cave woman. Me mad.
It's time to just simply weep with those who weep.
That's right.
And it's time to
It's time to feel bad, Candace, and drop a tear for the first time in your life, demon. Press one. It's time to have a heart.
just humble yourself.
Humble yourself.
And not make it all about you.
That's right, Candace. Why does everything got to be about you, Candace? Every time something happens, Big U's son gets murdered, Candace makes it about her. Charlie's murdered, Candace makes it about her. Because when anything goes down, Candace throws herself in it and say, me, and that was my friend, press one.
It's about the Lord.
Candace like, I am the Lord.
You hear that, Christians?
You hear that, Christians? I thought you was a Catholic. I thought you was an idol-worshiping celestial body in the form of male representative, Jupiter and all of these things, Mother Mary and all of these things. Now you're a Christian, brother one. Now she a Christian. Hit the like button and subscribe. See, she's a handler. Her and her little stupid perm. She thinks she can talk to me this way. All right, Christians. That's what black families got to stop doing. You're not even a Christian. Stop it. Most of them is witches. Press one. Most of them is witches. I'm not going.
Asking questions is just, it's not about you. I mean, is there anything that they didn't try? You're making money off of this. It's unbiblical.
Candace gaslighting is hilarious. It's unbiblical. Stop trying to get me to stop talking about Charlie. You won't gaslight me into not making any money.
Charlie wouldn't want this. His family is grieving.
Yes, his family is grieving. That's why you think we not on nothing with all this other stuff. No, let the families mourn, Candace.
Not right now. Let's at least wait a couple of weeks. It's going to ruin the case. You'll get into heaven as long as you don't think about it.
That ain't what they said. You'll get into heaven as long as you don't think about it. That is not...
If you don't think about what happened on 9/10, then you're guaranteed.
He just lies and gaslights, then hopes that you don't recover from it. And her whole audience is just like so shallow, so compressed, so small. She just belittles their brains.
A slot into heaven. You know, I used to really lament the fact that I grew up on the wrong side of the tracks. Seriously.
Yeah. Where the blacks are. Huh? Where the blacks are. Candace, stop it.
I hated that I didn't grow up rich. Who didn't, right?
Candace, you grew up where you grew up, okay?
Who does not hate if you grow up without a lot, that you weren't just born into the right circumstances?
Candace, shut the fuck up. You got that money and you lost your brain.
And now I reflect on those feelings.
She sells gaslight fluid by the barrel, huh? Oh, I would hate if this was my mom. I would hate that shit. Just gaslighting her whole life. Just gaslight. How much? How much for a quart of gaslight, Castro? Press one.
And I wouldn't change a single thing. I am actually so grateful. That's what I want to say today. I am so grateful.
Here she goes with her hand gestures again, her psychological control for her peasants over there. What are you grateful for, Candace?
About where I started my life in St. John's Towers.
Oh, girl, that's the Tower of Babel. That's where you were born. And the Tower of Babel. You didn't know that? You was a Babylonian. You didn't know that? Hit the like button. This bitch was born in the...
Look at that building now. It's such pride. And I am grateful.
It's the Tower of Babel. Isn't it?
Full to have not grown up with a silver spoon in my mouth.
That's pretty silver spoon. Did you grow up in that building, ma'am? You had a silver spoon. We all had silverware. Stop lying. Just stop. I grew up with silver spoons, and so did my black community. We all had silver spoons.
Because it fortified my character and it gave me a lot of common sense. Basic survival skills. It requires gut instinct. And I had to learn at a very young age to read people.
Really? That's what all psychologists do. Read people.
I think that's my superpower, actually. Just being
Yeah, I think it's my superpower.
able to look at someone and sense danger.
Yeah, I can look at you, Candace, and sense a total fucking tinfoil hat. I can look at you and tell you would do anything to be president. Anything for power, money, manipulation. You'll do anything.
Or sense deceit. I can just look at Rob McCoy, and for me, it's a no.
Why? Because he's a white man.
It's obviously a no. Same thing, by the way, I should mention with Steven Crowder. I have never been a fan. He just always gave me the energy of a pathological liar. I
So do you, ma'am.
trust my gut. I don't
Me too, ma'am. I trust my gut with you.
trust influencer campaigns.
What do you mean? You're an influencer and you campaign, ma'am. Not only do you gaslight, but you project.
I don't trust celebrities.
You was just with Ye. You just lie. Stop the lies. God damn. That's all I do when y'all watch Candace. I don't know if y'all do the same thing. That's all I do. I just sit in front of the computer and the TV and just yell at it. You fucking liar. And so instead of doing that in my regular life, I just get on YouTube.
Because they're raising their arms and they glitter and shine and they tell me that I should roll up my sleeves and get a vaccine. I don't listen to any of that.
Ma'am. Oh my goodness.
I trust my gut instincts, always. And my gut started to tell me that they suddenly began panicking when I discovered the Egyptian plains.
Then she takes credit for all the conspiracies. When I discovered, you know what? When I stayed up at the CIA, the Candace Intelligence Agency, of course, I discovered planes. So you was up late night just looking at plane logs, Candace. Get the fuck out of here. When do you have time to breastfeed? Huh? When? If you're up looking at flight logs, you know how Oh, Candace, you make me feel like a child again when I giggle. This is amazing. Press 1.
They did what we now term a pre-bunking, right? A pre-bunking is when you say something casual and then they send out like a full fleet against you.
A full fleet of sentinel bots. Hey, stop messing with Candace. Hey, what do you want, Candace? Come on.
To not even actually debunk you, but they're just so extreme in not debunking you.
Oh, here she is with the gaslighting. Candace, we all don't do what you do, okay? We all don't do what you do.
That they even lie about what you said. And that
lie about what you said?
that lie tends to actually foreshadow something that they don't want you to know.
Oh, my goodness.
So I'll give you a perfect example. On October 11th, when
So you're talking about a projecting, like to protect themselves? Or what are you speaking of here?
debunking you, that they even lie about what you said. And that lie tends to actually foreshadow something that they don't want you to know.
Like you do.
So I'll give you a perfect example.
She loved doing that, of course. Hey, I'm not saying that Israel did it, but if you know now, you know that you know.
October 11th, when I infamously tweeted, about the Egyptian military plane
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
that left Provo
Uh-huh.
on the morning of Charlie Kirk's assassination.
You didn't say in the morning of Charlie Kirk. You just said the planes left. It was discovered that you didn't know shit. Press 1, and that the planes left way before Charlie was even murdered. Now you're trying to fix that, ma'am.
And I got the time zone wrong by a couple of hours.
Of more than a couple hours, ma'am. See, you thought of a time, and you're on the wrong time because you're way the fuck in Tennessee some goddamn where. Press 1. You damn right you got the time zones off.
And they completely overreacted.
We didn't overreact. We just said, Candace, that's wrong with your manly hands. It's wrong as the shoulder pads that you wear in your business jackets. Press 1. Hit the like button. Oh, nobody overreact, Candace. We just said, you're wrong.
I mean, an account that didn't even exist wrote, oh, the time zone is wrong. Next thing you know, it was trending.
Somebody said talking white is not only hard to do, but it hurts the throat for real. You ain't lying. Hello. It doesn't feel so great. That hurts. Hell no, I like talking with my slang. Urban conservative shit. Hell no, I can't do it. I can't do it. That shit, it does hurt. I need cough syrup. That shit hurt. I'm talking around like trying to be white. That shit hurt. Press 1, your feet hurt trying to wear their shoes. Everything hurt. Press 1. Everything hurt. Damn.
And they pretended it had been officially debunked.
Look at all the words she got to use. Debunked. I mean, come on. Press 1. That's what make black folk cool. Because we take all those little words and simplify it.
Just because the departure time was wrong. But that wasn't even enough for them. They were so alarmed.
Uh-huh.
And I was off air at that time, right? I took a 2-week break.
Yeah, you took a 2-week break. You're on hiatus. Needed more time for conspiracies to work themselves to you.
They still found something to scandalize when I wasn't even on air. Something.
And what was that? That you were wrong about? She thinks on air is real life. Ma'am.
That I didn't even say.
We don't have to wait for you, okay, to come back to discredit you.
They sent undercover operatives to sign up for my private book club that I
No, they didn't.
kept on Tuesday.
Not the old undercover operatives. Oh, what they wanted to hear from your book club.
And then they took out a clip of that book club, from that book club, and accused me of accusing Erica of murdering her husband. I mean,
May, how did you take it from one thing, guide us to Erica murdering her husband? We went from the plane to Erica. See how she doing this? Lie to get you ready for what's coming. She's actually doing what she described 30 seconds ago. Well, watch, it's coming. Erica, planes. I can smell this shit a mile away. She does this all the time. This is her format, is to give you the lie and then come back and double back, play a little video. Press 1, let's do it. Let's follow her.
they manufactured that claim out of thin air.
Didn't she blame Trump in the book club? Yes, she did. She blamed Trump in the book club. Let's go.
And then they made it go viral. They said,
And then she said, oh, look what the operatives put out. She does this. Look what the operatives did to me. She's a professional victim. She's worse than Israel.
book club, from that book club, and accused me of accusing Erica of murdering her husband.
Now, wait a minute. Candace, you accused Donald Trump during the book club. Press 1. During the book club situation, you blamed Donald Trump. They only said you blamed Erica when you said the heads of TPUSA is behind the cover-up, but you did that live on the air. Press 1. This is why you got to stay with her. During your book club, You blame Trump, not Erica. Damn, I thought it was the feds. No, stay with the, no, not the feds yet. It's the book, during the book club, that's when she said it. So you gotta listen to her and then follow the timeline of events, because that's the point of G14 Classified. She did blame the feds, but not yet. Not during the book club situation. During the book club situation, she blames Trump. She trying to say the people said she blamed Erica, but she didn't. She blamed Donald Trump. Why is that important? Because he just said that people like to lie first and give you a projection of the story first that'll line you up later. So that's what she's been doing the whole damn time.
I mean, they manufactured that claim out of thin air, and then they made it go viral. They sent it out to all the right people, Steven Crowder, right? Everyone suddenly making videos saying that because I said he was betrayed by everyone, obviously what I meant was Erica Kirk murdered her husband. And this was all happening because I mentioned the Egyptian plane. I am certain of it. And so that you can look backward and really see how these psychological campaigns work, I want you to watch this clip of Steven Crowder trying to convince people that despite the words that are coming out of my mouth, they shouldn't listen to what I'm saying. He actually knows what I really meant, which is something that I didn't say. And yeah, here it is. Here's that clip.
But you watch this clip in its entirety, and it seems pretty blatant that she's saying, and people are interpreting it this way, which is also important, that the Trump administration, not whatever it was, we went from underground Jew tunnels, Mossad, the Trump administration killed Charlie Kirk.
Just really needed to just take a breather and really process everything that happened with Charlie and what it kind of means in terms of where we are. And I think it is a circumstance where we just know that he was truly betrayed in one of the most egregious ways that I think I've ever seen. It has made me lose faith in politics. It has made me fully lose faith in Trump. And my heart aches for the fact that he gave so much of his life to Trump and to politics. And they just were like, nope, that is it. It serves us or it doesn't serve us, and we want to move on. And so here's a holiday. Bro, if they try to give me a holiday, what is with them giving people a holiday after they kill them? Why is that a thing? You know what I mean? Like, oh, Martin Luther King, what about this holiday?
Now, there it is. She said it all in this right here. The feds did it. Donald Trump did it. Israel did it. The feds, y'all all right. The feds did it. Donald Trump did it. Israel did it. Israel. The feds, Trump. Do we remember this? Press one.
What about this boulevard? Anyways, let me knock it off.
They'll put a street after you. Remember that? She said the operatives did this. The operatives didn't do that, Candace. Manly face. You did with the stupid bob in your head.
They're going to give Charlie Kirk a boulevard. They already did. They did in Israel. They gave him freaking boulevard. It's like as soon as they...
Did they give him a boulevard in Israel?
Give you a boulevard.
Did they give him a boulevard in Israel? Did they give Charlie Kirk a boulevard in Israel? Huh? See? She always got that stupid fingernail polish on. Press one. You're stupid. And she put this up there.
On a holiday, they definitely killed you. Okay, there's no question. They killed you. There's no way. That's like their signature thing. It's like,
so what we need to do is go pull out all of her lies, all of her conspiracies, all of them. All of them. Every last one of them. And go right down the narrative. And only the where she says is other people. The feds, Trump, Egypt, Israel, Turning Point.
That's what they do. It's the Fed signature.
It's the Fed signature. So, Shiva and Amanda and who else? I think that's it. Y'all right in the chat room. The Feds did it. Trump did it. Egypt did it. We got to go back to this book club. This is very important.
It's when they sign off after they murder you. They're like Holiday in a Boulevard. And it's never on the nice side.
And she just sells it. And I don't think she's crazy. I think it's all deflection. If she was crazy, she wouldn't be where she is. Huh? I think this is deliberate. I do.
Town either. Like Charlie Kirk Boulevard is not going to be a nice side of town. Anyways, I will be back on the 27th, you guys. Thank you guys for all the support throughout these couple of weeks, these last really kind of 6 weeks since Charlie died. And we will see you guys then.
Well, let me first be tactful here and tell you that outrageous claims, and this is an outrageous claim, require outrageous evidence. Of course, as is par for the course, none has been presented. You know who's really close to President Trump, and you know who people are now saying stood to gain? Well, Charlie's wife, Erica Kirk, who has now been put, Candace with that language, with this accusation, has put the wife of Charlie Kirk, and she'll say, that's not what I tried to do. It is. It's the result. Erica Kirk.
Yeah. And Turning Point would come out and use Erica as a blanket. Are you saying Erica? No, she said the feds. She said Trump. But to the contrary, she did say Erica knows everything. So if Erica knows everything, but she didn't take part in this, what are you saying?
In the crosshairs. There's no middle ground here right now. Either Erica Kirk is evil.
And put life insurance on him. Hit the like button. In association with others. And had this done and took out that $8 million as a contract. Press 1. See, but that will implicate those who know about that industry. And again, that'll be Candace. That'll be Charlie's Angels. Candace, Erica, one of these types of people.
And was in on it. Or Candace Owens is an evil.
No matter how many times I watch that clip of me talking about Martin Luther King Boulevard and Charlie Kirk Boulevard, I do not get from that Erica Kirk killed her husband, but that's what they went with.
That's not the only thing you said, Candace. Matter of fact, send me the book club video. If anybody got it out there, send it to me.
Those were talking points that were delivered to them. They were supposed to go out of the gate with that. The question is why? Okay. Retrospectively, that was a clue. They were panicking. They were trying to pretend me saying that everyone betrayed him, which obviously was not about Erica. It also
You said Erica knows everything.
wasn't about Charlie's mother or Charlie's father or Charlie's children, but they were specifically trying to struggle session that into a slight against Erica rather than more obviously suggesting that people at Turning Point USA betrayed him, which Erica Kirk was not an employee of.
You were.
Leading up to his death. Why were they doing that? Then, of course, that made me only look further.
It doesn't matter to me. Why were they doing that? To get in front of it just like you. I think TPUSA and UK and Brexit is as crooked as Candace Owens. Press 1. That's what I think. I think they've been taking money from donors all over the place, including bad, dark money. Dark money. And they're embarrassed. And they're caught.
The Egyptian planes, and I discovered that the planes had been tracking Charlie.
Wait a minute. How did we get to the Egyptian plane? God damn, did I speed up? Let's go back a minute. 30 seconds.
Well, at Turning Point USA betrayed him, which Erica Kirk was not an employee of leading up to his death. Why were they doing that? Then, of course, that made me only look further into the Egyptian planes, and I discovered
that made me look further into the Egyptian planes, and I discovered Candace is full of shit.
that the planes had been tracking Charlie.
Okay, you discovered that the planes. Are you talking about the planes that took off? What planes? Are you talking about the text messages in the Discord? Which what plane? The planes that took off before? When, Candace? When? What plane?
Showed you guys this, right? We created this document.
I know you created it. Just like you created text messages, you create everything. So create this document now. Okay. Since I discovered, but now we created this document. Now it's we. This is the best part of my shit. Now it's we.
And we organized it SUBND being the blue plane, and then tail number SUBTT being the yellow plane. That seems to have struck even more fear into the nest of mockingbirds. In fact, they sent Mother Mockingbird out, Ben Shapiro, to make the exact same wild allegation out of thin air that I said something specifically about Erica when I had not. Again, I'll ask the question, why Erica? Why didn't Ben on stage say she accused Mikey or Rob McCoy? I've done multiple episodes now on Mikey McCoy, on Rob McCoy, speaking about Andrew Colvett, Alex Clark. Why did they keep going back to Erica? What is it about these Egyptian planes that were making them spiral? Now, I'm going to let you guys know right now that it is difficult to investigate a matter, especially when it involves a person that you know, because there are minor things that I immediately noticed that were off or unlikely that would not have necessarily alarmed the general public. For example, one of the earliest alarms that went off for me.
Wait. What? More planes. Now don't forget, planes, Erica, even in the middle of that, nobody blamed Erica. She lined this shit up just right. Listen, we at the planes now.
On Rob McCoy, speaking about Andrew Colvett, Alex Clark. Why did they keep going back to Erica? What is it about these Egyptian planes that were making them spiral? Now, I'm going to let you guys know.
So, because you're saying they were spiraling over Egyptian planes, so that means you're right. Let's do some more digging.
Right now that it is difficult to investigate a matter, especially when it involves a person that you know, because there are minor things that I immediately noticed that were off or unlikely that would not have necessarily alarmed the general public. For example, one of the earliest alarms that went off for me was the fact that Terrell Farnsworth, the guy who takes out the SD cards, was there at all. Okay, Terrell does not do college campus events. He doesn't do that. He's at the top of the company. He does the big events, the SAS, the AmFest. He does not do college events. But of course, he told me they were trying something new that day. And it must have been so new that it was over by the next event after Charlie died because he wasn't there again. So he just out of the blue was at this event and then he wasn't, and he secured the SD cards. Okay, it was something that I noticed that the rest of the world would not have taken as a concrete fact. It is also how I felt, and I'm sharing this with you now for a reason, when I learned that Charlie flew into Salt Lake City that morning.
Huh?
Because why didn't he fly into the much closer Provo airport?
Why didn't he fly into Provo airport? I don't know. Why your eye like that? I don't know. I mean, people like to fly in the airports that are least traffic. If you got the money to.
Now, ostensibly, the answer is because he had an interview with a person that nobody really knows. He's a managing director of a restaurant fund. Andrew K. Smith, out of nowhere, does this restaurantology interview with Charlie. And so Charlie flew into Salt Lake to make this interview happen.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Conspiratory. Okay.
That, to me, felt like an oddity, okay? Because in a typical scenario, Charlie is not going to be incentivized.
Wait. Ooh.
Interview with a person that nobody really knows. He's a managing director of a restaurant fund. Andrew K. Smith, out of nowhere, does this restaurantology interview with Charlie. And so Charlie flew into Salt Lake to make this interview happen. That, to me, felt like an oddity, okay? Because in a typical scenario, Charlie is not going to be incentivized.
Why would that feel like an audit? Huh? Why would that feel like an audit to you, Candace?
To go out of his way because there's...
Let me ask the audience. Wait, where are the people at? It's 116 people up in here, only 2 people chatting. Press 1. No, buddy. Hold up. Where KevRow at? Where the fuck is KevRow? I thought it was gonna be worth my while coming up in this motherfucker. There goes somebody. Let me know. It's somebody out there. It can't be 2 people in here chatting. I need a real audience, not just my mods. No, I'm going to take them mob wrenches off at night because I don't want to see all blues up in here and it's 116 people up in here. I don't want to see no blues. I want to see everybody thinking on this type of shit. Hit the like button and describe. What up, C. Lewis? Yeah, I know it's fascinating, y'all. I know y'all feel like y'all in class, but you don't got to stay quiet here. Motherfuckers like, yeah, but Kev don't like us all talking. No, it don't matter if you a student, a regular student or not. At night, y'all good. But I don't want to see that shit. Hell no, I feel like I'm in here by myself. Hold up. But yeah, let's get back to it.
He would only do it, actually, if there was a big donor on the hook, and maybe that's what he was told. This guy's going to give a ton of money to Turning Point USA, or B, because it was a major political person. Otherwise, for the sake of a podcast, people travel to Charlie.
Okay, so why? What is she saying? What is tinfoil hat Candace saying? Press 1. Candace is saying, I'm going to let the audience. What is she saying? What the heck is Candace Owens saying at this point? Do I got anybody out there? Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see who interactive. What is she saying?
If you want to get Charlie on your show, you're going to travel to Charlie to make that happen. He's not going to go out of his way. To me, the common thing that always happened was they would set up an interview in an empty room at the campus. At UVU campus, they would have had this guy in the corner and Charlie would have flown into Provo. So I felt, again, didn't share it at this time, that they diverted Charlie Kirk to Salt Lake City for a reason. Okay. Something else you should know about Charlie is Charlie was obsessed with planes. Okay. My husband and him actually shared this in common, where every time we'd board a plane, Charlie would know exactly, like, way too many facts about the plane. If we were boarded an old American Airlines flight, he'd be like, oh, they actually took these planes out of service in the 1970s. He just had a lot of Snapple facts when it came to planes, something that I just do not dedicate any of my time into learning about. He really liked planes and knowing everything about them. And more crucially, I want you guys to understand this, Charlie had a photographic memory. He did. Donor names, emails, numbers. Charlie Kirk was a walking Excel sheet. You'd walk into a room, he'd say, that's so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. He works for so-and-so, she works for so-and-so. They gave this much last year. That is why he was able to turn Turning Point USA into a successful machine, because
This is actually really, really telling, given the facts. He knew the donors.
of his memory. It was unbelievable. That's all going to be relevant now, okay?
Okay, why, Candace? Line is up perfectly, my good handler.
So you have to remember that Charlie landed into
She talks like Charlie is her husband.
Salt Lake
Like she knew him. Like that.
City at 9:23 a.m. local time. I suspect that if he had instead landed into Provo, he would have recognized the blue Egyptian plane.
What? Man, I'm going to be honest with you. All them planes at the airport, and he just going, yeah, that's, come on.
Okay? It's not every day that you see an Egyptian military craft. It is now my well-informed opinion.
It's at the airport. I'm pretty sure there's a flight coming in from Egypt on aircrafts every day.
That he would have looked at that plane and he would have recognized the blue plane and he would have instantly realized that something was amiss. And now I'm going to explain to you very carefully why I suspect that it is highly likely that Charlie would have recognized that plane, okay? Tail number SUBND, the blue plane. A pregnant mommy sleuth who was locked into this investigation discovered something that me and my team had missed. I consider her, obviously, and all of you to be my decentralized intelligence agents. Anyway, she sent me a rather urgent email, and I'm obviously protecting her identity for reasons that are clear. But I want you to know that this discovery is due entirely to her. She is the person that, in this regard, went max for Charlie when I missed something. Her email stated, in effect, that I was only partially right about the plane tracking Charlie, that she had done an additional 15 hours of research and was able to discern that the person the planes were actually tracking for years was Erica. Not Charlie, but Erica was the one being tracked by these planes. And indeed, it turns out that she was correct.
What the fuck? Wait. Wait a minute. Huh?
Partially right about the plane tracking Charlie, that she had done an additional
Wait
her.
a minute.
She is the person that
I
in this
gotta
regard,
hear that again. I gotta hear. Oh, she. What?
a pregnant mommy sleuth who was locked into this investigation discovered something that me and my team had missed.
A pregnant mommy sleuth. What the fuck is that? What the fuck? I gotta research this. Stand by. A pregnant lady who investigates crime. Press 1 in mystery. So, oh my goodness. Hold on. Is that the damn the sleuth? I thought you wasn't born with a silver spoon in your sleuth. Come on. Fucking sleuth. I've never heard of it, but I like it.
Okay, tail number SUBND, the blue plane.
Wait a minute. She got the tail number of the plane? I got to go back.
Have looked at that plane and he would have recognized the blue plane and he would have instantly realized that something was amiss. And now I'm going to explain to you very carefully why I suspect that it is highly likely that Charlie would have recognized that plane. Okay, tail number SUBND, the
Tail. What's the tail number? SBUND. That's Bund. Nazi Bund. Come on.
have looked at that plane and he would have recognized the blue plane and he would have instantly realized that something was amiss. And now I'm going to explain to you very carefully why I suspect that it is highly likely that Charlie would have recognized that plane. Okay,
Why?
tail number SUBND, the blue plane. A pregnant mommy sleuth
What? What?
who was locked into this investigation discovered something that me and my team had missed. I consider her, obviously, and all of you to be my decentralized intelligence agents.
So these are your sources. Wait. What?
Agent Russ, maybe this is a good time to tell the consul the details of my assignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carter, can I speak to you for a moment?
You want to speak to me for a moment? In private? Oh, I see. This must be G14 classified. FBI type stuff. First, let me call my captain and let him know what's going on around here, and we'll talk in a second. Oh, G14. I love when the G14 be coming around.
Hello?
Who's this? Hello?
Am I speaking with FBI?
Give me the phone.
The FBI? Yeah, this is the FBI.
Carter.
You are FBI?
Yeah, this is the FBI.
If you want the girl back alive, listen and do not talk.
Okay, I'm listening. Let me get a pen.
That's what. Oh, Candace. Oh, Candace. Candace wants to be KevRow so bad, but she wanted to be G14 so bad. He creates. Candace. Candace, they process applications. It takes years to be G14 classified. Press one. So she creates her little decentralized intelligence agency. I know Sinetter must be loving this. So those are her sources. Pregnant women who watch crime shows. Let me go. Eating ice chips on their way to the press one delivery room. Let's go.
Anyway, she sent me a rather urgent email, and I'm obviously protecting her identity for reasons that are clear.
Why? Why are you protecting her identity, Candace? Because she is not real, Candace. Stop, Candace.
Investigation discovered something that me and my team had missed. I consider her, obviously, and all of you to be my decentralized intelligence.
So if she's part of your team, then how did your team miss it? You mean that would mean you got it? I mean, I didn't graduate Harvard or anything, but
Agents. Anyway, she sent me a rather urgent email, and I'm obviously protecting her identity for reasons that are clear. But I want you to know that this discovery is due entirely to her. She is the person that, in this regard, went max for Charlie when I missed something.
Candace knows her shit. Candace, stop. And we're going to protect her identity because it's important.
Her email stated, in effect, that I was only partially right about the plane tracking Charlie.
Oh. So the plane was doing more than tracking Charlie. You was only partially right. Now what is it?
That she had done an additional 15 hours of research.
Not 15 hours. Not an additional 15 on top of the 9,999 hours you guys put in. She did an additional 15. Go ahead.
And was able to discern that the person the planes were actually tracking for years was Erica.
No shit. So, so the planes are tracking Erica. Look how her voice cracked. Let's hear it.
Done an additional 15 hours of research and was able to discern that the person the planes were actually tracking for years.
There it is. And discrepancy, red flag. Flag on the play. Yeah, I heard it. Her voice never cracks. Press 1. I've never heard her voice crack till she makes stuff up. It cracked.
Was Erica. Not Charlie, but Erica was the one being tracked by these planes. And indeed, it turns out that she was correct. She discovered that between 2022 and September of 2025, both of those aircrafts, SU-BTT, the yellow plane, and SU-BND, the blue plane, showed 68 overlaps.
Wait. What?
Correct. She discovered that between 2022 and September of 2025, both of those aircrafts, SU-BTT, the yellow plane, and SU-BND, the blue plane, showed 68 overlaps with Erica's documented locations.
It take 15 hours to count 68 overlaps. Right. I've never counted overlaps, but I'm thinking there's a computer-generated rendition of a flight path. Right? And she's saying, oh, Erica was below this airplane 68 times. Come on.
Correct. She discovered that between 2022 and September of 2025, both of those aircrafts, SU-BTT, the yellow plane, and SU-BND, the blue plane, showed 68 overlaps with Erica's documented locations, okay? 68 overlaps. I have since been able to add now 73 times.
73? How have you been able to add 73? This is wild. How?
That this overlapped, okay? And 29 of those instances also happened to include Charlie. Charlie was
What?
also present. And that's what I was stumbling upon when I was looking into this. I was like, why is this plane where Charlie is?
No, you gotta be kidding. You was like, why is this plane always where Charlie is? I don't know, Candace. What plane are you flying in from? What are you talking about?
The flights were majority clustered within 5 states.
Huh? Within 5 states? It better not be in that Bible Belt.
Kansas, Missouri, Nebraska, Delaware, and Utah. And it's a pattern.
Maybe that's the plane he owned. Maybe that's the plane Charlie owned. Hit the like button and subscribe. I don't know. How you missed this when she spent over $1 million on facts. Yawan TV. Facts. Facts. You the only one with $1 million in flights. Brother Juan. See? Candace always a suspect. Her ass always a suspect. You know why? Because you got to spend over $1 million in flights to do some shit like this. Hit the like button and subscribe.
That she believes is statistically not random.
Okay.
I am telling you this information has been completely verified. I am showing you this.
How? Oh, it wasn't verified. What the fuck is this, Candace? What is y'all doing? What the fuck is y'all doing? I remember Brittany sent me a spreadsheet. What the fuck is y'all doing back there in press one? Hold on. What is this one?
On a spreadsheet. Now, these are all the instances in which this plane, 68 instances.
I told y'all these niggas be caring about the dumb shit Candace Owens be doing. This is crazy.
And it's a pattern that she believes is statistically not random. I am telling you this information has been completely verified. I am showing you this on a spreadsheet. Now, these are all the instances in which this plane, 60 all.
Yeah, what happened to the 73?
All 68 instances.
You can add. Why you didn't add 60, 73? If you found more and you found 5 more, why aren't they added to the spreadsheet, Candace? Good point. Good fucking point. Why didn't you add that to the spreadsheet? Just like the taxes, just like IRS. Incomplete assignment.
That this plane crossed with Erica. And I'm also going to say this includes overseas as well. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Wait. Let me make sure I heard that correctly.
With Erica. And I'm also going to say this includes completely verified. I am showing you this on a spreadsheet. Now, these are all the instances in which this plane, all 68 instances that this plane crossed with Erica. And I'm also going to say this includes overseas as well. Okay. So my instant question becomes, why didn't Turning Point acknowledge that this plane was familiar to them? When I was taking all of these figurative online bullets, someone could have easily said something, right? That's kind of a repeat thing in this investigation.
What? Ma'am, this is backwards.
Josh Hammer lies, I get attacked, Turning Point just stays silent. They know he's lying, but they allow the lie to flow. Alex Clark lies, I get attacked, I'm telling the truth. Turning Point knows it, but they kind of allow this like Catholic thing, lie to flow.
What?
And the influencers are allowed to lie. Nobody at Turning Point ever just steps to clarify that I'm onto something or I'm telling the truth about something. And when it comes to these Egyptian flights, the math on this is indisputable.
What's the math, Candace?
There is less than a 0.00000001% probability, okay?
That what?
Under random distribution models that these Egyptian planes
And random what? She say this shit fast. Hold on. What she say?
When it comes to these Egyptian flights, the math on this is indisputable. There is less than a 0.0000000001% probability, okay, under random distribution models that these Egyptian
Random what models?
planes
Wait. Candace.
are allowed to lie. Nobody at Turning Point ever just steps to clarify that I'm onto something or I'm telling the truth about something. And when it comes to these Egyptian flights, the math on this is indisputable. There is less than a 0.00000001% probability, okay, under random distribution models that
Random distribution models.
these Egyptian planes coincidentally landed around Erica at these times.
What the fuck is Candace saying? What is she saying?
Like I said, this plane was not just with her in America. It was also tracking her overseas as well. I flagged this because I was alarmed because I thought it was tracking Charlie. And I am telling you that this plane, in addition to Charlie and primarily actually was tracking Erica. Now, let's get to the day of the assassination. On the day of Charlie's assassination, we know the yellow plane took off in the morning, but the blue plane did not take off in the morning. The blue plane, SUBND, did, however, power on. And I want to be very clear as to what I mean when I say that this plane was on. I am saying that it was transponding, okay? It's transponding at the FBO at Duncan Aviation, a private terminal. So at the very least, they powered up the electronics.
Wait.
At most, they fully powered it on and the engine was running. What we know for certain is that it did not move from the FBO. Did not move. It was just on and transponding. Was on. I am saying that it was transponding, okay? It's transponding at the FBO at Duncan Aviation, a private terminal. So at the very least, they powered up the electronics. At most, they fully powered it on and the engine was running. What we know for certain is that it did not move from the FBO. Did not move. It was just on and transponding. And I want you to recognize, I'm going to make it clear for you what are the times that they were transponding. It's 2 times, and I'm going to tell you those times, but first I'm going to have Mark pull this up and he can tell us what it is that we're looking at here and how we were able to find this information about the jet that was just sitting at the FBO.
Yeah, so it looks like, based on this information that I found, and I had to figure out how to use this website because my mother didn't take enough Tylenol when she was pregnant with me, so I can't detailed on it.
No.
But essentially, all the flight radar websites only show when the plane is actually in the air. But if the plane is on the ground and transmitting, that data from the ADSB transponder still goes out. So this website, ADSB Exchange, takes that raw data. And so I was able to find it on September 10th. If you look on the very left.
Erica says she wasn't where? Erica says she wasn't there. How is the plane following her? She says she wasn't where? Where did Erica say she wasn't?
Left of the frame, it shows September 10th. And it looks like there's just one data point. But what I did is I zoomed in, and the plane's actually not moving. It's just GPS is a little bit inaccurate when you're this close, but you're able to see all these different times here. And that is the UTC time zone, also known as Zulu time. So subtract 7 hours from that to get Utah time. And so I tracked all of these down, and I was able to find that the plane was transponding from 9:05 a.m. until 10:34 a.m. Then it was off. And then at 12:40 p.m., it came back on and turned off again at 1:29 p.m.
See, this why,
Okay, I'm going to repeat that so that everybody understands. We were able to discern from this data as follows. On September 10th, on the day of Charlie's assassination, this plane first transponded from 9:05 a.m. plus 36 seconds until it was turned off at 10:34 a.m. and 5 seconds. Then the plane turned back on, transponded.
hold on. Hold on. Where the plane was in Utah. Erica says she was in Arizona. Is Candace putting Erica on the scene of the crime?
Was turned back on just 17 minutes after Charlie was shot at 12:40 p.m. and 53 seconds, and it stayed on until 1:29 p.m. and 40 seconds. So what was the blue plane doing sitting on the tarmac? We can only imagine what it was doing, okay? We can run a couple of options here. It's possible that they were just running a maintenance check.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is she saying that's Erica's plane? Remember I said earlier, I was like, what if that's Charlie flying in? You said he flew in. Why did he go to the other place? Press 1. She said the blue plane was following Erica, right? From my understanding, yes.
Duncan Aviation does offer maintenance repairs. It's therefore possible that it just chose to run some maintenance checks at an unfortunate time, okay? Another possibility is that a military jet, particularly one from a foreign country, would likely be equipped with encrypted satellite-based communications capabilities.
Okay.
If you wanted to make an untraceable phone call, as an example, that would be a good place to do so because only the NSA would be able to intercept that call. And it's pretty obvious that the deep state doesn't seem particularly interested in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So that'd be
Wait. Ooh, Candace, are you pregnant again? Oh my goodness, this is the most swollen up I ever seen you.
a safe place to communicate on that plane. Like I said, these are our options. What we can do now.
The NSA is the feds or some shit. I thought you didn't trust the feds. So, wait. What the fuck did she just say, man?
Now, however, is we can add this to our list of verifiable Turning Point USA lies because I'm going to count this as a lie by severe omission.
How? Who omitted it? Omission.
Would be able to intercept that call. And it's pretty obvious that the deep state doesn't seem particularly interested in the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So that'd be a safe place to communicate on that plane. Like I said, these are our options. What we can do now, however, is we can add this to our list of verifiable Turning Point USA lies because I'm going to count this as a lie by severe omission.
Omission, the act of excluding or leaving out someone or something. So, if she putting Erica on the scene of the, and Candace looks weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Candace. She's like shape-shifting or some shit. But, what is she saying?
By keeping your mouth shut and allowing Candace to take all the figurative bullets as she points out the oddity of a plane that you guys recognized, okay?
Why are you auditing a plane and not Turning Point, please?
My point is that these planes were known to Turning Point USA, and we all deserve to know why they were on the ground on that day.
Whoa.
These planes were known to Turning Point USA, and we all deserve to know why they were on the ground on that day. What they were doing on the ground on that day. And also,
if the plane is tracking Erica, Erica says she wasn't in Utah the day that it happened. Exactly. I get exactly what you're saying.
why Turning Point chose to stay mum when every influencer under the sun and every publication attacked me for even mentioning the planes, making it seem like I was dumb, I was stupid. Turning Point USA is able to provide answers to these questions. There is more that I know, by the way, but
Okay.
I want to challenge them to respond to this first. Were these Egyptian military planes familiar to Charlie Kirk? It is a simple yes or no.
You said they were. You said these planes were known to Turning Point. How would they know if it's Charlie? Charlie would know this. You said that they do know. Maybe you knew.
Influencer under the
sun. You know these planes? You were with Turning Point and had over $1 million in travel expenses. Was it on these Egyptian planes here? I don't know.
And every publication attacked me for even mentioning the planes, making it seem like I was dumb, I was stupid. Turning Point USA is able to provide answers to these questions.
How do you know Turning Point USA? You're not saying anybody. You're just saying Turning Point USA. Well, the person who would know would be Charlie and Erica, or Erica, mainly Charlie, but not just Erica. You would know because you're traveling with Charlie everywhere. Press 1. What flights are you on, Candace? You see, I know what flights I take. They're still in my flight logs. Oh my goodness. I can literally go in my JetBlue, Southwest, press 1, Delta Airlines app and on my webpage and bring up the flights that I was on. And I can say, Kev, why is these planes tracking you? Planes ain't just flying around tracking people. They're transporting people. What are you saying, Candace? And how do you know these plane numbers and why you specifically, and how do,
There is more that I know, by the way, but I want to challenge them to respond to this first. Were these Egyptian military planes familiar to Charlie Kirk? It is a simple.
You said they were. You said they were.
Because I'm going to count this as a lie by severe omission. By keeping your mouth shut and allowing Candace to take all the figurative bullets as she points out the oddity of a plane that you...
I think Candace is so distracted from the financial situation in which she was a part of Turning Point USA. She's bringing up this other stuff that's drawing more questions. It does that. See, when you deflect from one thing and you move along and tell half-truths about other things playing detective somewhere else, it's going to show. It's going to show. Where do you get these track logs from? And then you put those track logs and say, oh, that's where everywhere he was. And Turning Point knows these planes for sure. How do they know? I mean, you're a part of Turning Point. Did you see those planes? How do you just come up with tail numbers and say, oh, Charlie was there under that state on that day? Because you more than likely, Candace, and maybe you and George's planes for all I know.
You guys recognized, okay? My point is that these planes were known to Turning Point USA, and we all deserve to know why they were on the ground.
I told you, they are known to Turning Point USA. Then she doubles back and says she wanted to know the answer.
On that day.
You are also putting Erica. Are you saying Erica was in Utah and not in Arizona? Is that what you're saying?
Were doing on the ground on that day. And also why Turning Point chose to stay mum when every influencer under the sun and every publication attacked me for even mentioning the planes, making it seem like I was dumb, I was stupid. Turning Point USA is able to provide answers.
This is a whole deflection. This is a whole deflection. What the planes got to do with financial? What is that? Is that a C-130? Did they take out Charlie from the circling plane above? Or what are you saying other than Erica was there? Is that what you're saying? Let us know.
Answers to these questions. There is more that I know, by the way, but I want to challenge them to respond to this first. Were these Egyptian military planes familiar to Charlie Kirk? It is a simple yes or...
Yes, they were. And who said they were military planes? You said that they were possibly could have been military because those block out signals to phones in the NSA. Now you're sticking to the script and definitively saying they're military planes. So you don't think because I'm smoking weed, I ain't paying no goddamn attention. Press one. I'm listening to everything she says. So we already know the answer, ma'am. You answered it already. Huh, Ali? You said Turning Point knows them. You already answered it. My thing, how you know?
Or no question, and answer it carefully, please, Andrew Colvett, spokesperson for Turning Point USA.
Why? Why Andrew got to answer it? Why don't you answer it? Former traveling buddy of Charlie, who went everywhere with Charlie, who was his bestie. Press one. Why don't you tell us, Candace? Have you ever, the Macho Man Randy Savage, have you ever seen those planes that you know the tail numbers to? That's crazy. That's insane. That's stalkerish.
Because there is something very specific, Andrew, that you told me that happened when you arrived into Provo on the tarmac that day, and it is now playing over and over and over again in my mind, and it isn't adding up.
What is that? What did he tell you, Candace? What did he say that isn't adding up, Candace? Let's go ahead.
Another point that I'd like to follow up with, Andrew Colvett, let's stick with you, is that in the hospital on that day, you told me...
In what hospital? In what day? Wait. Did I miss something? In what hospital? In what day?
You were in the hospital, that you were told that there was a credible threat against me and Tucker Carlson. Specifically, you told me that me and Tucker Carlson were on a list, and that you were just telling me as a friend that me and Tucker...
Wait. What day at the hospital? And what was y'all doing at the hospital? For Charlie? So you were, wait. What hospital?
Over again in my mind, and it isn't adding up. Another point that I'd like to follow up with, Andrew Colvett, let's stick with you, is that in the hospital on that day, you told me, you were in the hospital, that you were told that there was a credible threat against me and Tucker Carlson. Specifically, you told me that me and Tucker Carlson were on a list, and that you were just telling me as a friend that me and Tucker should lay low. And after you told me that, I ended our phone call and I immediately called Tucker Carlson.
Well, that's because y'all was put on a Ukrainian press one on a hit list. Remember, you told us. Remember John? What's his name? John what? McGovern. Remember the financial? And they said that Carlson Tucker, a Ukrainian hit team, put a hit out on Carlson. But you told us the Ukraine angle is wrong. So the financial people come out and say this yesterday. You are now saying there was a hit on you and Tucker. Was it on the phone or is it person or in person at the hospital? Ooh, that's a good question. That's a hell of a question. Ooh. Ooh. What were you? Was it that? That's a good question. Whoa.
To me and Tucker Carlson. Specifically, you told me that me and Tucker Carlson were on a list and that you were just telling me as a friend that me and Tucker should lay low.
And if he told you that as a friend and you not listening, woman, hold on. Yeah, I got questions.
And after you told me that, I ended our phone call and I immediately called Tucker Carlson. And I said, hey, terrified, like obviously crying all day.
No. Obviously crying all day. Where's your husband?
And telling him that he and I have to lay low because there's a credible threat. And it is now really living inside me that you did not tell me who that threat was from.
It was from Ukraine. Press one. But you said that the Ukraine angle is... Press what?
I assumed the feds told you, but I asked you the question.
I assumed the feds told you.
And I said, hey, terrified, like obviously crying all day and telling him that he and I have to lay low because there's a credible threat. And it is now really living inside me that you did not tell me who that threat was from. I assumed the feds told you, but I asked you the question, why wouldn't the feds call me directly if there was a threat against my life? No such call has come in.
That's because it's not against you, ma'am. I can't believe it. The threat is against Carlson Tucker. You just threw yourself in it.
How is that possible?
And how do you know the feds told him? You said you assume. He could have inside information. He could be with them. He can be with John McLovin and them people. Who knows? And you don't trust the feds. So why would the feds call you? That's a good question. Why would they call you?
How could someone have told you that there was a credible threat and that me and Tucker Carlson should lay low, and yet me and Tucker have since not been notified by any federal agency about those credible threats? Who do those threats come from? Because I got to tell you, there are a lot of people making videos about me and Tucker Carlson, and
where the threats coming from, Candace? Where the threats coming from?
And none of them are Egyptians. Okay.
Okay. Wait a minute. Where are they coming from?
Okay. In fact, it's the Israelis.
Oh my goodness, bro. It's the what?
It is Israel that seems deeply upset with me and Tucker Carlson. They are not letting it go. They are making threats on every stage. Okay.
Huh?
Okay. People that are tied to Israel are making threats against me and Tucker Carlson.
Not Ukraine. Not Ukraine. So she takes it from Ukraine and take it straight to Israel. Israel over there got their own issues. And we are trying to put a prayer for the Palestinian refugee camp in Candace. Owens is saying this. Press one.
Egyptians. Okay. In fact,
It's the Israelis. It is Israel that seems deeply upset with me and Tucker Carlson. They are not letting it go. They are making threats on every stage, okay? People that are tied to Israel are making threats against me and Tucker Carlson, demanding that we be canceled.
Huh? No, we don't went from plan. No. I'm demanding you should be canceled too. I'm not Israeli. Press 1. Hit the like button and subscribe. Maybe play the whole video to get the whole story. Who's this? Lamson, whatever your name is. Shut up. Press 1. Shut up. We play the video how we want to play the video. Listen, little Candace. Get your big four-headed ass out of here. Press 1. Get out of here. Hit the like button and subscribe. Get your dumb ass out of here. You know how stupid you look.
So who specifically told you in the hospital room that there was a credible threat against my life? I'm going to need that information, okay?
So why you blame Israel already? How you going to blame somebody and then double back and say, tell me?
It is Israel.
With your dumb ass. Your dumb ass.
That seems deeply upset with me and Tucker Carlson. They are not letting it go. They are making threats on every stage, okay? People that are tied to Israel are making threats against me and Tucker Carlson, demanding that we be canceled. So who specifically told you in the hospital room that there was a credible threat against my life? I'm going to need that information, okay? I want to know that now.
Oh, Candace. Oh, Candace, you still ain't figured it out yet. G14 classified is all over. You're going to need to know, huh, Candace? You're going to need to know.
Because the stakes seem pretty high. And I have a lot of questions. This is probably a good time to tell you all that.
You quit. You're done. You're out of conspiracies. That's her tough face. Oh, yeah. That's her tough face. I need to see it now. Fucking cartoon, straight mouth emoji face. Press 1. What you gonna do, Candace? You gonna quit? You about to stop? It's time to move on. Press 1. You have a family to look after. What are you about to say?
I am starting to piece together another scenario that could have happened.
You trying to do what? You want to piece together a new conspiracy, Candace?
Stakes seem pretty high. And I have a lot of questions. This is probably a good time to tell you all that I am starting to piece together another scenario that could have happened. And there was another flight that I am now very interested in. And I believe that somebody somewhere knows something about this flight. So
hold on. Bring out them G14 classified handy dandy notebooks. Columbo style. She finna tell us the make and model of the vehicle we should be. So it's not the MBUTS1. It's not the blue or the yellow plane, Candace. Tell us more.
Pay attention to this. The tail number is N560TW.
What the fuck is that, a license plate? Hold on. She's so serious. I gotta stop laughing in these meetings. Hold on, these late night meetings.
I am starting to piece together another scenario that could have happened. And there was
hey, stop laughing and pull out your notebook and take, this is a serious matter here.
There's another flight that I am now very interested in. And I believe that somebody somewhere knows something about this flight. So pay it.
Y'all ready to get the make and model of this vehicle? Let's go. You ready, Officer Ali? Get your pencils ready.
The tail number is N560TW. N560TW. It departed on the morning of September 10th from Scottsdale, Arizona.
Uh-huh. Wait. That's where Candace looking at Erica. Candace is snitching. Candace is blaming Erica. She on your ass. She said, we busted over here. Y'all in trouble. Erica, is she on you? She was like, I didn't say that. Now she knows. Now she's blaming Erica. TPUSA was right. Y'all was right over here. Candace going for the gusto. She don't like Erica. She deserves to be on that stage with the fireworks going off. Press 1, not Erica. Candace, she had him. Press 1, not Erica. Candace has got your ass, Erica. She telling. Hit the like button and subscribe.
And it landed into Provo at 10:06 a.m. It then immediately turned around and departed for Santa Barbara. I'm assuming it maybe picked somebody up. And then it departed Santa Barbara at 11:37 a.m. for Scottsdale, landing at 12:44 p.m. There's a chance that you were working at the airport, that you saw somebody that morning.
Oh, my goodness. She's snitching. Oh, who did they see in Provo? Damn, Candace. Damn. So Candace is saying, not saying, if you seen Erica walking around, because we own Candace. I'm telling you, we own Candace so cold, she have nothing left but Turning Point gonna be quiet in a motherfucker with this one. Candace is cold. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, I love this type of shit. Y'all just don't know. Candace is on some other shit. I'm going down. Hell no. Throw them the ball. Damn.
Maybe you were in Santa Barbara. Maybe you were in Scottsdale. Somebody saw something, and I'm asking you to email us more tips at CandaceOwens.com. I am interested in that flight.
And what if, Candace? What if she was really in Arizona? What if she puts up photos that you're done? This better be correct.
We're not done yet. There's more.
There's more. Oh, she's pissed. Whenever she puts this fucking face on, she's pissed.
I know something else about the Egyptian flights. This
What else you know?
time, another mommy sleuth. I learned that oddly, Duncan Aviation, where that plane was transponding from. The FBO in Provo sourced rental cars for these quote unquote Egyptians. When they landed a couple of days before this operation.
Before what operation? I see how her audience get trapped. What operation? Hold on. Now we in a whole covert operation.
And I didn't just learn that. I actually have the license plates number.
Y'all get your handy dandy notebooks out.
For 4 of the vehicles.
Not 4.
That they rented. Okay.
Ooh, she's pissed. Look at her face.
Okay. Honestly, you guys,
not the Egyptians. He rented this.
Brings me great pleasure.
But Egyptian is code word for Erica Kirk. This is crazy.
Pleasure to deliver this information because now, surely, Tulsi's office can get involved because, those darn Egyptians are at it again. Those darn Egyptians. Here are the 4 license plates of the cars that were rented.
Okay. Y'all ready? Go ahead.
The first car rented was a silver 2025 Toyota RAV4.
I feel like we in one of those, we looking for, when the children go missing on the highway, an Amber Alert. What? Shit. Go ahead. T092ZS. I think that's what it says.
The Utah license plate number is T092ZS.
Why are you not getting this to the feds, ma'am?
The second
Oh, because that's right.
car was a white 2025 Toyota Camry. Arizona license plate, CWN N872. Don't worry, I'm going to show you guys this in a spreadsheet. The third car was a white 2023 Toyota RAV4.
Okay.
Utah license plate number TN12KM. The fourth was a black 2025 Toyota 4Runner. Utah license plate number Z923DA. To the students at UVU, do we have this somewhere? Did you pull it up or just did you show them it on the screen? I didn't see what you showed them.
Yeah. He showed us on the screen. She got George working behind the camera like Candace Owens' husband. I mean, like, what's that other lady that was making fun of Boosie and Teresa? Tasha K. husband works the camera. I think that's what's going on with George. He has to stay in the background.
Okay, cool. License plates were shown. Now to the students at UVU, please check your phones, your pictures from that day. Because if any of those cars were seen at UVU.
What does that mean? Wait.
Or around campus on that day, then we're going to be able to suspect something else.
What we going to suspect? You know what we suspect? We suspect somebody put life insurance on Charlie and got out of there real fast. Press one. What the hell? You just go. So what you saying is, without saying it, is you gonna be able to place Erica. And Brenda, Candace. Instead of doing that, why don't you? Since you got the license plate, you should know who rented the cars. You know all this and don't know who rented it. She wants the audience to go on a wild goose chase. Like her, because she's a handler. She needs your mind everywhere and not focus.
Check a few hotels, maybe gas station, maybe you work somewhere. Look at those lights, look for those plates during that time frame from when those cars were there until they departed.
Girl.
Somebody will be able to connect the dots somewhere. And of course, the email address to send it to is moretips@CandaceOwens.com. It's only Monday, folks. I've actually discovered a lot more, but it's only Monday. So let's take a break. All right, you guys, too many people have been vilified for standing up for the truth.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's get this shit over with.
And pretend you know nothing. It's interesting, too, because I have no doubt that Tucker Carlson and I are being threatened. That's pretty obvious. I think it's very obvious that nobody thinks Egypt is behind it. You know, the last time that narrative ran was probably the USS Liberty. That was the plan, right? To make us think Egypt had attacked us. But it wasn't actually Egypt that attacked that ship. It was Israel.
Wait. No, you didn't just cross over into a whole political agenda back to Israel because you thought it was Egypt. You the one keep bringing up Egypt. They didn't say Egypt. Israel didn't say. It was an Egyptian plane that took off from this airport. So Candace Owens needs her facts straight. They didn't say no shit like that. They didn't make us think that it was Egypt like the USS Liberty and all of this misfortune. This is crazy. You did. You was blaming Egypt. Why are you blaming what you did on Israel? You acting like what you saying Israel be doing. You're the one blaming something on Israel, and it's coming back to turning point. You brought up Egyptian flights. Nobody even mentioned Egypt but you.
Israel attacked that ship. Israel is growing increasingly alarming in terms of legislation that they're trying to get passed, trying to censor our speech, trying to take over social media
Ma'am.
campaigns. Bibi Netanyahu is name checking me and Tucker Carlson, and all of their sycophants are on stage.
Wait. She just made up a whole. Now you need to be canceled. You're just lying on people now.
Increasingly alarming in terms of legislation that they're trying to get passed, trying to censor our speech, trying to take over social media campaigns. Bibi Netanyahu is name checking me and Tucker Carlson, and all of their sycophants are on stage calling us out. So I'm going to connect that dot there. And like I said, there is more I know about those
Wait. You're going to connect that dot there?
planes. But you're a move, Turning Point USA, because that's the last time you're going to have me gaslit about something and sit by idly and pretend you know nothing.
Oh, Candace, like I ain't finna sit up here and let these YouTubers break me down. They all up in Blexit info. They got fucking. They looking at numbers, and y'all just gonna let me just go down. You the one who doing it. If you had just kept your mouth closed, we wouldn't even consider. We all would have just paid our respects. But you kept going, Candace. So you put G14 classified on you. You put the Justice Department on everything. You put the feds on you. You put the internet on this shit. You doing all this. You gaslit everybody while simultaneously gaslighting yourself. I ain't never seen that done before. There's only one other person on earth I've seen this happen. Press one, but I'm not going to say no names.
It's interesting, too, because in a typical scenario, when somebody's murdered in broad daylight and they have like, $100 million organization behind them, it's common sense that you should check the people that work at that organization. Like that's like the first people that you should begin to investigate. So we reject your naval intelligence psychological operation.
Hold on. Hold on. No, that's why we got your paperwork up. Because we're investigating. Press one. This is called investigate, Candace. Press one. How is your expenses more than the money you bringing in? $1 million flights. $1 million flights, I tell you. Hit the like button and subscribe. See, you a cold piece of work, but you're not too bright. You're not smart at all.
Where you tell us that that's a weird thing to do, okay? You're going to have me gaslit about something and sit by idly and pretend you know nothing. It's interesting, too, because in a typical scenario, when somebody's murdered in broad daylight and they have like, $100 million organization behind them, it's common sense that you should check the people that work at that organization.
That just up and left. You know how you go back and when the banks are robbed, what do they say? What do the feds say? What's the first question? One of the first ones outside of the people who work there. Who recently left? Press one. Kev, a true detective. And because I didn't graduate, I couldn't be a real detective in real life. So I used my detective natural born skill to be G14 classified on the internet with all of you. Hit the like button and subscribe. One of the best online detectives that ever walked the metaverse is what I am. Ali, me and my team.
Like that's like the first people that you should begin to investigate.
Right. So we look back, Ali, at what? Who just recently left? Who put life insurance? When did all this undertone money get transferred into other stuff I think that's why Candace is deflecting. And Candace don't want George to go down, so she want everybody attention on Erica, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. I told y'all when I started this, Charlie's Angels, and I stand by that. These are going to be the people who's going to fold on each other, on fold them grave. Press one. They are going to fold. They're folding right, and she don't even realize it. That's how unstreet smart she really is. She folding right in front of everybody.
So we reject your naval intelligence psychological operation where you tell us that that's a weird thing to do, okay? It's always somebody close to you. If there's a financial motive, yeah. And I would say
Okay, so what's the financial motive? Now she talking my language. What is the financial motive? Who would do that? Who would do that? And who would start blaming people? Press one. And that's crazy. She just said that about the flights, but we're going to get into that. I'm sensing the heat is on. And the conspiracies are running thin. Reality is setting in. Time is passing. Every day, less people care. She's drained this situation, in my opinion. Only people watching this is other YouTubers, and I am a YouTuber. I can barely sit through this shit. Hit the like button and subscribe. But I'm telling you, she's the one to watch.
Organization of that size that misses their deadline, their tax deadline for the first time, that's a little weird.
Look, hit the like button and subscribe. Wow. Wow. But that wasn't the first time, Candace. That's another pretty lie. Hit the like button and subscribe. That's another pretty lie. You see? She really moves the goalposts away from her, doesn't she? She really moves it. But 2025 is for 2024. See? And 2024 is for 2023. And all of these years, Candace was there. Side by side. One of the masons of Turning Point USA. Remember? I do.
Yes, they did. A YouTube channel known as Wolves and Finance did a report on this, which I'm going to show. Now, this wasn't the people that I was working with, and there is somebody else that I told you that I'm going to have on my show that has been looking into this for a while. But this was extremely well done and at least brought forth some big questions that I think are on a lot of people's minds. How does an organization that size just miss the, not just they filed for an extension and then.
So she said all of this stuff. Just to end up at, she loves this shit.
Miss the extension deadline to file. Let's take a listen to a part of what they had to say.
Let's go look at the 990 forms that Turning Point USA submits to the IRS every year. These contain their annual financial statements.
Candace. All right, go ahead.
When you look at the forms, there are some very strange anomalies. Several of the 990 forms are missing. Turning Point USA lists 4 related entities. There is Turning Point USA, Turning Point Endowment, Turning Point Action, and America's Turning Point. All different organizations do slightly different things. The Form 990 for fiscal year 2024 is posted for Turning Point USA, but it is missing for all the other 3 organizations. It looks like it was never turned in. This is a massive red flag. So Tyler Boyer is being snarky on X.com and telling people to go look at the annual financial audit.
Now listen, these are the same people who brought up who? John McGovern. John McGovern. She uses the same video to discredit John McGovern according to her TPUSA sources. But ma'am, your TPUSA sources are full of shit. Because Wolves in Finance is exposing TPUSA sources.
Audit, but the financial audit is missing from last year for 3 of the 4 organizations. This strange decision to hide their
Hold on, I think I got breaking news. Hold on, KevRow, more breaking news. More breaking news. If you in here enjoying this, just press 1 for me. Just press 1. Kev got more breaking news. G14 classified exclusive. Hold on. And KevRow came back with another one. What is this? What is this here? Oh, Life Daily News. She said, don't blame me for what he did. Candace Owens drops a bomb on live TV, accusing Erica Kirk of hiding the truth behind her husband, Charlie's mysterious death, as whispers of secret flights, deleted posts, and quiet betrayal set the internet on fire. Press 1, she said, don't blame me for what he did. Press 1. With who? Charlie. Don't blame, why she say don't blame her? Candace Owens endorsed. She pointed for Erica Kirk, I mean, the widows no more. Viewer viewers were left stunned as Owens described missing evidence, unexplained mess, and vanishing jets, and disappeared without a trace. And Erica is the center of the most unsettling scandals. Press 1. A lot's being said. I get back to this. That's incredible.
financial statements happened 4 months before Charlie Kirk was murdered. I will repeat for clarity. Someone at Turning Point decided not to file 3 of the 4 of their annual financial statements 4 months before Charlie Kirk appointed a new COO, requested a new audit, and was murdered. Those 3 financial statements are still missing.
So to be clear, that was another point that they gaslit me on when I told you that it was unusual that 7 days before Charlie died, he said that he wanted to establish Doge, right? Tyler came out and lied, and he said, this is just totally regular. And Alex Clark said, oh, every year since I've been here, this is what we do. And the guy starts this video by being like, you have to be an idiot to accept that as an answer. Of course, doing an audit has nothing to do with internally establishing a Doge, right? He recognized that something was wrong at the organization. And as I told you, okay, because I do not miss on these things.
Candace, be quiet. Candace, let's go to, what was that? Wolves and what?
He was not just concerned about where the money was going. He was concerned about where it was coming from. And what I can tell you about Charlie is that if Charlie got clued into something,
Oh, she already making shit up. We'll go back to that. Hold on.
At Turning Point USA.
This is what Candace was trying to deny. She believes all that. But she forgot, what about John? Remember Big John, this guy talked about in his video. And he was the most highest paid at Turning Point, right? And all this was going on, not just in 2024, 2023, 2022. the money being switched around all over the place. Press 1, Charlie investing and taking the donation, investing in the stock market. Baker Tilly. See, Candace is playing. Why? Because all of this shit is going on while she's there. That's probably why that bank, all this shit was going on. The laundering, not the filings of tax. No, the crimes that were going on at Turning Point regarding this did not start in 2025. Okay, let's be very clear on that one. It did not start in 2025. All of this has been going on the whole time. In fact, we need to find out, judging by Brexit and the way they've been dealing, spending more money than they're making. How long has this been going on? They're using the state's money and the federal money just as a buyback program to fill that small pocket of lie of doing service work for black people and this person and that and trans people and this Catholic and Christian regime. Hit the like button and subscribe. So talk about John.
An audit has nothing to do with internally establishing a Doge.
We got to find Mr. McGovern. For sure.
Right? He recognized that something was wrong at the organization. And as I told you, okay, because I do not miss on these things, he was not just concerned about where the money was going. He was concerned about where it was coming from. And what I can tell you about Charlie is that if Charlie got clued into something, if Charlie would...
Hold on. He was concerned where it was coming from. Yeah. Now it's if Charlie got pulled into something. Hold on. Now it's if Charlie got pulled into something, what would he got pulled into, Candace? Wow. What would he got pulled into?
Was at first trusting his lieutenant, and then he suddenly said, wait a second, what's going on over here? And he decided that he wanted to figure something out.
Ooh, Kevin Gillespie is right. Ooh. What the fuck is going on over here? Exactly. This is why G14 classified is real. This is why I'm staying right in what I like to do. I love urban journalism. Keeping it raunchy in this bitch.
I do not miss on these things. He was not just concerned about where the money was going. He was concerned about where it was coming from.
Yeah. He sure was, Candace.
And what I can tell you about Charlie is that if Charlie got clued into something, if Charlie was at first trusting his lieutenant, and then he suddenly said, wait a second, what's going on over here? And he decided that he wanted to figure something out. He would have figured that ish out by sundown. Okay. That is how brilliant he was.
Yeah.
If it had his attention, he would have figured it out by sundown. What did Charlie discover is my question. Okay. Now, to correct something that he says there, he says 4 months before. That's the regular tax deadline. It is actually normal. It is for big companies to file for a tax extension, but they missed that deadline as well. I think that was October 15th was a tax extension deadline. They have missed them both, and that is completely abnormal. And he is correct. If you go back and you look at Turning Point USA's filings before, they always file all of them at the same time. So this is unusual that they've left off 3 of them. And I'm going to let him get into a deeper clip here where he discusses the quote unquote missing.
So these are the same people that was working when Candace was there. So who was doing the audits? Who was doing the audits when you were there, Candace? What company was that? Damn.
8.6 million. Take a listen.
Let us look at the one financial statement we do have for fiscal year 2024 for
Told y'all that 8.6. Boy, that's a cold number.
Turning Point USA. Schedule I shows grants and other assistance to organizations, governments, and individuals in the United States. This schedule shows you where Turning Point is sending its money. We see that a lot of money, $8,560,625, is being sent to America's Turning Point. They are sending it to their own shell company. Now, this is not necessarily illegal, except for the fact that the financial statement for the other organization is missing. We cannot see how this $8.6 million is being spent. This is very important because there are strange variances around this money. I have pulled the last 5 years of 990 forms for Turning Point USA. Here is a table with contributions compared with the largest expense, which are the grants from Schedule I.
39 million, 55 million, 79 million, 80 million, 84 million. Listen. 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 Where the fuck this money coming from? Where the fuck is 40 million in 2019, 55 million in 2020, 79 million in 2021, 2022, $80 million, 2023, 84 million. Grants and other assistance by the state or federal government, 16 million, 18 million, 12 million, 5 million, 12 million again. Candace was there that whole time. Candace, how? Hit the like button and subscribe. This is what I'm like, whoa. It has the same blueprint as what? Blexit. Spending excessive amounts of revenue. But we're going to get to it.
You can immediately see a strange dip between 2022 and 2023. This dip happens because in prior years, they were sending money to Turning Point Endowment. They were transferring millions of dollars.
Candace, that's your time. Candace, hit the like button and subscribe. This year, 2021, 2022, 2020, 2019.
This stopped in 2020, up sending money to America's Turning Point. Let's break this down. First of all,
that's like a cipher. There's like siphoning off like gasoline.
I find it really unethical that they were sending millions of dollars to their own endowment. I know that a lot of nonprofits do this, but I think it is unethical. Do the donors know this is how Turning Point is spending their money?
That was January 6th, the bank. What you mean? Clarify. Wait. Oh, you're saying they're using this money? Wait a minute. Take a break. Are you saying they're using this money for terroristic events? What are you saying? Hit the like button and subscribe. Clarify.
Millions of dollars.
Oh, you're saying the bank. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Wait a minute. You're saying they took. Oh, shit. Don't say that. Wait a minute. I'm gonna let you explain that. Because I got a crazy feeling.
Dollars. This stopped in 2021, and they started ramping up sending money to America's Turning Point. Let's break this down. First of all, I find it really unethical that they were sending millions of dollars to their own endowment. I know that a lot of nonprofits do this, but I think it is unethical. Do the donors know this is how Turning Point is spending their money? Turning Point USA is taking in donations and then sending the money to their endowment to invest in the stock market. In my opinion, they should be spending donations on operating their nonprofit, not on buying investments. As of fiscal year 2023, they had $61 million of assets in the endowment, which was generating $1.9 million a year of investment income. Personally, I think that's an unethical way to run a nonprofit, but that's just my opinion. But what is important here is what happened to the missing $8.6 million, the amount sent to America's Turning Point in fiscal year 2024. The amount of money sent to America's Turning Point was getting larger and larger, and because the financial statements are missing, we cannot tell how this money was spent. If we look at the prior year, the majority of the money was spent on other salaries and wages. How is this possible when America's Turning Point reports zero?
Are you saying, here we go. Are you, okay, so the banks, Kanye, all that is being formed at this time. Is that what you're saying? Hold on, press 1. Hold on, because I was getting the same thing. Is Candace Owens and George Farmer's banks, is the Kanye shit, is the January 6th shit, all within this time frame? Follow me. Whole world sleep and we up. Late night with the row. Hit that cash app. My cash tag is Gills Gang. If you support these late night discussions, thank you. Whoa.
Employees. Does anyone else think that sounds...
You think Candace is trying to put this on Turning Point? When we can clearly see these are the years that her and George and Charlie, and they got out of there. Ponzi scheme. Ponzi scheme. Got the buddy, shut the bank down. 50 million. Hello? Y'all, this is wild.
A little suspicious. In my opinion, what I think is happening...
She think it's funny. Press what? She think it's funny. Did you see that? She thinks it's funny that you can't see. She thinks she got away with this. Her arrogance. If you see that, press 1. Interesting.
Money was spent. If we look at the prior year, the majority of the money was spent on other salaries and wages. How is this possible when America's Turning Point reports zero employees?
Good job, Candace. I see right through her, Royal Purple. I see right through her. I knew it. Hold on. Y'all don't even see. Look at her face. Look at her face. She's happy. She thinks she's gotten away with it. In my opinion. She thinks she's gotten away with it.
America's Turning Point in fiscal year 2024. The amount of money sent to America's Turning Point was getting...
Candace is out of there. 2024. She got to go.
larger and larger, and because the financial statements are missing, we cannot tell how this money was spent.
Just what? Look at her.
If we look at the prior year, the majority of the money was spent on other salaries and wages.
Look. Look. Watch her clothes. Watch body language. This ain't the same Candace. Trust me.
How is this possible when America's Turning Point reports 0 employees? Does anyone else think that sounds a little suspicious?
Mm-hmm.
In my opinion,
You see how she smiled and smiled? You see her eyebrows? Huh? Huh? Hold on, let me put it up close. I'm going to tell you how to observe people. I'm going to teach you how to observe people. Watch her subtle movements. I'll tell you everything.
money was spent on other salaries and wages. How is this possible when America's Turning Point reports 0 employees? Does anyone else think that sounds a little suspicious? In my opinion,
I see everything. I don't miss a beat. I don't miss a beat.
what I think is happening is I think there are fake people on the payroll.
Wow. So, Candace, who is that guy again you said? Huh? That's not him, John McGovern? Huh? I think there's fake people on the payroll as well.
I think that paychecks are getting sent to people who do not really exist.
What? What?
And that would explain why we have a company with 0 employees with millions of dollars of salary expense.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, that sounds highly suspicious to me, especially when you add in the fact that Charlie wanted to establish a Doge.
Especially because all of these years, Candace, is off. And those years that's off is dealing with the time that you, Mrs. Mason, of this place, who establishes a bank with Ye and Charlie. Hit the like button and subscribe. No. And George Farmer. This is all those years going on here. All of a sudden, you have this beautiful makeover. Press 1. You go from some person unknown with a small pigtail. Press 1. You get beautifully $1 million transformations. Press 1. You get $1 million transformations. Huh? You start getting that money. Let me think. You start getting that bread, Candace. How did you go from this? Huh? This is, a Cinderella story. Hit the like button and subscribe. Going back, looking at you and your little conservative movement. Man, Candace, you sure did move on up really fast, Candace. You sure don't turn into, hit the like button and subscribe. you don't turn into $1 million female if you ask me. Hit the like button and subscribe. That's weird. It's not saying anything, but if you know, you know. At one point in time, you was running around the community with a small ponytail. And now you were grown then, you were grown. Now you walking around with $1 million weaves. How? Are you telling me by YouTube or raising funds or what are you doing with Charlie? Let me ask you. When John Mappin said Candace Owens really had everybody eyes at Mar-a-Lago, what did he mean by that? And why are you still at Mar-a-Lago when you exposing everybody? What's going on with that talent agency you brought up? Where's this money coming from, Candace? John Mappin. Let me see. This can be Epstein. Hit the like button. This could be trafficking money. Hello? Where's the contributions coming from? It can be. I'm just saying. Just saying she hangs out with them. She knows them. Her husband knows a lot about these people. Let's keep it going. Damn, man, this is wild. This is why I want to see her finish blaming everybody.
News. The annual financial audit for Turning Point USA, Inc. and its affiliates was performed by an accounting firm called Baker Tilly. In the notes, they explain that they audited Turning Point USA, Turning Point Action, Turning Point Endowment, America's Turning Point, and TP USA Merch. That usually means they audited all the shell companies when they provided their opinion that the statements present fairly in
all the shell companies is including Blexit. She's not the ones on that paper. But Blexit. Oh, let me stop. This is great. This
all material respects. That means it is a clean audit with no problems. I wonder if Baker Tilly will provide an explanation why they can issue a flawless audit report when 3 990 forms were never filed with the IRS. And just to clarify, Baker Tilly's audit opinion letter is signed after Turning Point missed the filing date with the IRS. So there is no excuse for Baker Tilly not to mention this in their audit opinion. Erica Kirk assumed the role of...
That's right. That's right. And if Baker Tilly's was doing the audits this whole time, then Candace Owens knows exactly what the fuck was going on.
Of CEO of Turning Point USA on September 18th, 2025, 8 days after Charlie Kirk was murdered. She has been the CEO for almost 2 months. She needs to answer these questions. If someone has lied on the 990 form, people go to jail for that. I want some explanation of why Turning Point USA sent 8...
Candace don't got to look at her face. She's straight faced like a mug. Someone can go to jail for this.
$8.6 million to their shell company and then did not file financial statements. And Erica, I don't know who does the accounting at Turning Point.
Ooh.
But if they have not been telling you about any of this, you need to fire your accountants immediately.
I think all valid points. And again, just to modify, it is possible that when they used that outside auditor, that they showed them all of the documentation and then they gave them a clean bill of health. And then for what?
Oh, the bank was backed by Peter Thiel. Oh, this is beautiful. Is that why she called Peter a reptilian? Wait a minute. Let's get this correct. This was all that time. So Peter was there.
Whatever reason Turning Point decided not to file, it's possible. Okay.
We need to find out what she said about Peter. This is going to be important.
Like I said, probably a low probability, but it is plausible that they did that. But it is just a fact that they missed the filing extension deadline. So what's going on here? Where did the $8.5 million go? And what's also compelling about this video, which we didn't show.
Yeah, no. Yeah, where did the $8.5 million go? Okay, that's awesome. But we're also concerned, let's go back, to about where all these contributions are coming from, Candace. Is this Israel? What is this, Candace? Is this Israel? Hit the like button and subscribe. All the propaganda that's being put out. Tell me, where y'all get this money from? Ooh, 2021, 1.1 million was put into America's turning point. There it is.
Money was spent. If we look at the prior year, the majority of the money was spent on other salaries and wages. How is this possible when America's Turning Point reports 0 employees? Does anyone else think that sounds a little suspicious? In my opinion, what I think is happening is I think there are fake people on the payroll. I think that paychecks are getting sent to people who do not really exist.
That's very important. That's very fucking important. With the big capital F word.
And that would explain why we have a company with 0 employees with millions of dollars of salary expense.
Yeah, that sounds highly suspicious to me.
But if you know what sounds suspicious to me, Candace? 3 employees with expenses outmaneuvering their revenue by over 700%. This is a lack of professional fundraising fees, 139,000. Other salaries and wages, 363,000. Candace. Contributions, 2.64. Press 1. Net income, negative 1.720. Expenses, $4 million. See, we got a fucking problem. What I'm saying here is maybe that company's been helping them do this a long time. Move money around and charge it as expenses and $7.46 in contributions. Candace Owens is president. Brandon Tatum 26,000. Come on, yeah, you got to do better. Man, that's his problem. He let the women get all the money. Oh, Candace. Oh, how I love thee. Let me count the ways. Press 1. Let me count the ways. It's all clicking, my dear. Look at your neighbor in the chat room and say, oh, shit, Kev, what Kev don't got. It's all clicking, my dear. My good friend Candace Owens. It's all clicking. Now, here I am, wanting to make sense of this. Press 1. G14 classified in full effect. Here I am in my real life trying to make sense of how this is even legal. And guess what, family? Candace Owens agrees with me. Press 1. See? Let everybody rest. Let them go to bed. They'll wake up knowing the truth. Candace Owens actually agrees with me, family. And I know you don't agree with me, but she does. And she's probably looking at me right now and saying, damn, this guy. I'm going full of himself on this one. That's so attractive. African American, smarter than me. Jeez Louise. Oh my goodness. I was wrong about this guy. So here's Candace Owens, shared by King Face, who died of HIV, spreading it to others. Remember him? Yeah, excellent fellow. She said, wow, this video is really important, and every person needs to watch it and share it. Black Lives Matter donations go directly to every super PAC called Act Blue. Thank you, Candace. I exposed Act Blue years ago and their democratic functions. Press 1. Hit the like button and subscribe. We already did the Act Blue, Candace. Kevin exposed it. And that has given hundreds of millions to Democrats running for president. How is this legal? BLM is literally a shell company. Press 1. So how was a shell company, Candace, you agree with me, able to do this? And we all know they went around the country causing terrorism. So I'm starting to think, is that what you guys did? You seen a legal loophole, you seen what they did, and you're mimicking that, claiming to be MAGA? The Republican side making it a cultural war? Was all this an insurgency? I believe so. Because if you know this, then you turn around and do the exact same blueprint in which I've exposed earlier. Let's get Kev Gill's videos on that for Morning G14 Classified Edition. Let's make sure we get that. We exposed Act Blue years ago. BLM, she copied it. But not only did she copy it, she said, since it's legal, let's do it. Come on, Charlie. Come on, let's do what they did. That's why I was like, Candace is doing the same exact thing Black Lives Matter did. Remember I created the DVD, Too Black for Blexit? Too Blackface for Blexit or some shit? It was her and Tatum. Hit the like button and subscribe. Wow. 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 So you know about this. You know this is bad, Candace. I don't even have to say it's bad. Candace? Is that what TPU is? Black Lives Matter? Are you just an Antifa-style organization that goes around doing these things? Did you guys just see it and mimic it and feel you can do it better? Did she want to run for president as a Democrat? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what she wanted to run as. I would love to know for sure. But if you're, why would you do that? You guys, turning point is BLM. That means they're, so where are the donations? Are the donations going through Donors Trust? Interesting. Is Donors Trust like Donors Trust, Win Red? Are these like Act Blue? Funnelers for, And then you have Turning Point PAC. Let's continue. This is getting juicy, actually. This is getting real good.
After Charlie Kirk was murdered, she has been the CEO for almost 2 months. She needs to answer these questions. If someone has lied on the 990 form, people go to jail for that. I want some explanation of why Turning Point USA sent $8.6 million to their shell company and then did not file financial statements. And Erica, I don't know who does the accounting at Turning Point, but if they have not been telling you about any of this, you need to fire your accountants immediately.
I think all valid points. And again, just to modify, it is possible that when they used that outside auditor, that they showed them all of the documentation and then they gave them a clean bill of health. And then for whatever reason, Turning Point decided not to file. It's possible. Okay. Like I said, probably a low probability, but
Candace knows.
it is plausible that they did that. But it is just a fact that they missed the filing extension deadline. So what's going on here? Where did the 8.5 million go? And what's also compelling about this video, which we didn't show, is that he clarifies that Turning Point USA actually decreased their staff, the 501c3 arm, 33% by 33%. So there was a 33% staff reduction. And yet the cost of salaries somehow went up.
Candace, you're a fucking hypocrite. Let's go to the evidence. Press 1. Oh my goodness. Candace, what a hypocrite you are, woman. You know all about this. What are you trying to act like you're some high school student who doesn't know that the salaries go up? This is what I'm afraid of. Is that these people are sitting right here. Let me see. What's even worse, Candace? Let's go to the evidence. Can we go to the evidence one time? What's even worse, Candace, is how, you know I got the information, how Blexit Finances is slumping, but its paychecks to Candace keeps coming. Press 1. See what I'm saying, Candace? Why are you acting brand new? Whoa, 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 whoa. Is everything I'm doing brand new? Whoa, whoa. See? The organization earned less than a third of its 2020 revenue, and Candace Owens made more than ever. You little hypocrite. You. Damn. 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 So tell us, Candace, how suspicious it is when you lay off people, but the president's money just keeps growing. Is that suspicious? I don't know. I don't know, Candace. In your words, yes, it is. Wow.
And to him, that looks suspicious. And I agree, that looks suspicious, right? Yet the cost of salaries somehow went up. And to him, that looks suspicious. And I agree, that looks suspicious. Right?
So your shit looks more suspicious. Because you guys are bringing in 200,000. I mean, if I open a business and my revenue bringing in 200,000 or $2 million, but I'm spending $8 million, that's suspicious.
Right. And this, of course, is the kind of pressure that needs to be put on them. Yes, I
Wait a minute. Yeah, I think the calculations are right. I mean, 275,000, but my expenses is 1.3. That's suspicious, wouldn't you say?
that it was a very bad idea right off the bat for Erica, who's...
What I'm proving is this has been going on longer than Erica.
grieving her husband to then instantly become a chairman and the CEO, because these are valid questions now that people are asking. And a chairman and a CEO is going to have to respond to those questions. You have to answer these questions when people are asking about money, especially given the fact that so many people, I mean, they cleared over $70 million in the first couple of weeks after Charlie was assassinated.
Okay, so that means, wait a minute. That means you guys are making a lot of money off of tragedies. Press what? As I said, we need to go find those reports and see when they start bringing in what's happening in these years. Are there any shootings and school things? Where are these people? What are they doing? How are they drawing in? What are they appealing to that brings in the revenue? And I bet you we're going to discover something.
Okay, that's a lot of well-meaning people that are giving money to this organization who are now learning how this organization functions by routing the bulk of their money, or to a lot of their money rather, not the bulk of it, into their endowment fund.
Okay.
Right? That is not okay. We deserve answers to the questions that we are asking, and we're going to keep asking them. Okay? We are going to keep asking them because I know there are snakes at Turning Point USA.
And you might be one of them who just got out of there just in the nick of time. Now, are you blaming everybody else? It can be really you, Charlie, and George, and John.
And I'm going to reveal more to you guys tomorrow. First, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with some comments and answers to your questions.
This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. You can't make this up. Shout out to the people who stayed up to even watch that. I usually don't go on. I usually stay.
Make sure you guys.
And I wait into the morning time and chill out and wait to have 100 people, same amount of people in the chat room. But tonight we had in the upwards of 150, 200 people in the night show. So I appreciate each and every one of y'all who came by. And I did want to make it a good conversation, which it is, and it was. But I also wanted to add a bit of humor as well, because we all need a little laughter in our life, and especially at night. I don't know if you're going to bed, but I'm pretty tired. I hope you guys find this very amusing, because I went to my YouTube and something in the algorithm came, and Candace Owens must stand up to this. Press 1. She must speak up to what she's doing in this video. Press 1, and I hope that if you stick around, that you can tell me about her fake ass. Let's go to the video.
Let's tune in. Long Crime Network, LawTube. Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love true crime as well. It helps me to learn and understand more about the law, interrogation tactics, and those types of things. So, it's kind of like, my little weakness. If I'm not doing a live or, supporting other fellow content creators, I'm watching true crime. That's my go-to, y'all. So let's get to it. Some of y'all put a 1 in the chat. You all remember this here. This lady is supposed to be an evangelist here. I think it's Paula White. Is her name Paula White? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Strike and strike and strike and strike and.
Yeah. Y'all let me know if you remember. I think her name is Paula White. Yep. Her name is Paula White. This was 5 years ago, y'all. This one video has got over 455,000 views, but there are other videos that went super, super viral. We're going to check this out. And I want you all to pay attention to around the 1 minute, 5 second mark. Okay. Just keep your eyes peeled on the video. You're going to see it expand out, and then you're going to see someone walk across. And I want y'all to tell me who that is. So put a 1 in the chat if you can see it here. Let's get to it. Hold on, let me go back.
Strike and 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 strike until you have victory. For every enemy that is aligned against you, let there be that we would strike the ground, for you will give us victory, God. I hear a sound of abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of shouting and singing. I hear a sound of victory. I hear a sound of an abundance of rain. I hear a sound of victory. The Lord.
I want to be clear on this. I am not a fan of Paula White. I think she's just another, con artist, televangelist, and it's not hard to recognize. I grew up raised by my grandmother. She used to, watch TBN all the time, and that's when I started realizing a lot of these so-called televangelists were crooks, like David E. Taylor, who's been indicted for having a cult. Yeah. So unfortunately, you have people like Paula White that literally make Christianity look bad. And that I'm not going to ever agree when you do something outside of the Word of God. I don't care what you profess to call yourself. Does not mean that you were chosen just because you think you were called. And that is biblically aligned. Many are called, few are chosen. So Paula White might think she was called, but I don't discern that she was chosen. And that's just me.
Says it is done, for I hear victory, 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 victory in the corridors of heaven, in the corridors of heaven, victory, 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 victory. For angels are being released right now. Angels are being dispatched right now.
What the hell is she saying?
For angels have even been dispatched from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here. In the name of Jesus. From South America. They're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. I hear the sound of victory.
Pause. Yeah, who's that at the bottom? Who's that at the bottom that just came into view? Who's this at the bottom? Y'all recognize this person? Y'all know who this is? Who y'all think that might be? Candace, let me tell you something right now, you heifer. I am the queen of this. I am good at what I do, girl. When it comes to independent journalism, I am the queen of this. I want this video to go viral. My whole live stream to go viral. You understand? Because there are so many things that are wrong with this. Considering the fact that Candace Owens did a live show today, or a new video today, blaming Christians for Charlie Kirk's death. And this heifer is down here in Paula White's church, flailing her arms around, saying words. And we're hearing Paula White speak gibberish. That's not speaking in a holy tongue. Do you all see? Listen, Candace. I just want you to know, Candace. I'm the first one to sit here and go over your lawsuits in great detail, because I want people to see your pattern of behavior and how bad you suck in court. To see how bad you are at what you consider to be investigative reporting, because you're not good at it at all. And then you mock Christians. And you say that Christians are involved in Charlie Kirk's death when you yourself profess to be a Catholic. Isn't a Catholic still a Christian?
No.
But before we get to that point, this is 5 years ago. This is Paula White's church. This is not a Catholic church here. What is this, Protestant? I don't even know what this is. Kojic?
Down that Bible Belt.
And who's walking down here at the bottom? Flailing her arms around again? After hearing Paula White speak gibberish, talking about angels coming from Africa as if angels come from Africa. The Holy Spirit dwells with us wherever we are. But, I mean, would that be the only continent that, an angel could come down from heaven to earth to visit? Why wouldn't an angel just come straight to the U.S.? There's so much wrong with what Paula White is doing. Speaking gibberish and fake holy tongue or whatever. No, because none of this is biblically aligned either. But that's a discussion for another day. But let's go back to this.
Dispatch from Africa right now. Africa right now. Africa right now. From Africa right now. They're coming here. They're coming here.
That's about all the immigrants came from Africa and goddamn South America.
In the name of Jesus, from South America, they're coming here. They're coming here. They're coming here. I hear the sound of victory.
What's she doing? Yeah, I gotta slow this down. We got to slow this down. Candace, what are you doing? Y'all tell me who that looked like for real. I'm curious.
She passing around blessings.
Because
that's how you do as an evangelical and a Catholic. You just play. You just playing cosplaying.
I see it. This is Candace Owens. Her head, her little skinny arms, her facial features,
her little ponytail,
facial structure. It's Candace Owens to me. Because Candace too can play this game while you want to sit here and attack any and everybody. Yeah, we can look at this video and just make a reasonable deduction that this is you flailing your arms around in a Kojic church.
Paula Jones right there doing the Nazi salute. Press one. Just right there. They are listen. I ain't never did this salute. Ever. And that's what churches they go to. Nazi churches. That's where they come from. That's why I call them Pentagon babies. Hit the like button and subscribe. They come from Nazi churches.
Eyes does not deceive me, Candace. However, your words are deceiving. Unbelievable for you to try to even utter any words that insinuate Christians being responsible for Charlie Kirk's death when you are a Catholic, and here's you flailing about in a church where Paula White is not speaking in a true holy tongue. What God are they praying to? This is you, Candace.
I hear the sound of victory. I hear the sound of victory. I hear the...
What were you doing, Candace?
Candace went on the Breakfast Club and Just Hilarious hit her with a good old Negro check. God is good. This broad say, yeah, God is great. She ain't us, man. No, man, God is good all the time. Press one. Damn. Even the immigrants know this.
I'm a mute it. Because you can't make this stuff up. I'm going to slow it down some more.
Slow it down so I can...
It's the slowest speed I can get it. Candace, what are you doing? This is laughable to me. I had to turn the sound off because I don't know what they praying to or who they praying to. Yo, who is that? Candace, what are you doing?
Candace is passing out blessings with that little ponytail. Press one. You know what? Seeing Paula White like this is hilarious.
What the heck are you doing, Candace? All of this is, yes, thank you, Alma. Very performative. What is she? Is she casting away the communistic bees? Candace, you can't make this up.
You can't make it up.
Observation, what's going on? Paul is such a fraud. It's all documented by prophetic news channels. Oh, yeah.
But you can't. The thing is, you can't be talking about these churches or these Jews, and these are your donators. Those who gave y'all. Listen, tinfoil head Candace. We know that you guys were up to financial manipulation all the way to the 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003. Press 1.
Your questions.
We just need to find out if you know anything while you asking people from your tip line, who was donating 40 million, 55 million, 80 million, 80 million, 85 million, who was donating this? Where was this money coming from? And let me ask, did any money from Turning Point USA, wait, when is Brexit? Let me go back. Let me make sure this is within the fiscal years. Hold on. 2020. Oh, look. Yeah. So it started in 2019. So when did Candace Owens join? Hold on. Chat GPT. When did Candace Owens join Turning Point USA? I gotta ask Chat GPT. In 2017. She later served as communications director for the organization until May 2019. So Turning Point, then Brexit, then back to Turning Point. Hold on. Is Brexit a shell for Turning Point? Yes. Brexit's website calls itself Powered by Turning Point USA. Oh, the website also lists TPUSA's address as Brexit's headquarters. According to source Wikipedia, Brexit merged with TPUSA in 2023. Wait a minute. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I can do. Yes. Yes. It said if I like, I can dig into Brexit's tax filings, board compositions, and exact nature of his merger with TPUSA to access the legal organizational structure more deeply. Would you like me to do that? Not yet. I want to hit this blunt and see who in the chat room with me. That's when the insurance claim was made. GGLLC 2023. Press 1. Ah. Ah. Ooh. Okay. G14 classified needs to, that's all of the Hulkamaniacs out there who like to investigate. Yes. Okay. That's what I like to see right there. And now ChatGPT is working this out. Rebecca Mercer joined the Blexit. Didn't she just bring up Mercer? It's funder. Rebecca Mercer as a major funder, confirming it has distinct board and governance structure at the time. Who's Mercer? Hold on. Hold the fuck up. Wow. Blexit is now powered by Turning Point. Senior Director Charlie Kirk is reinforcing that Blexit branded Orm inside Turning Point USA ecosystem. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, so where did the 8 million go when they merged with Blexit? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm thinking, okay. I gotta go. Coffee and Kush TV, G14 Classified, KevRow University, late night discussions. I guess come back tomorrow. We're gonna have more discussion on this conversation. Hopefully, the people in the morning. Robert Mercer invested with Glorified. There we go. Somebody give me something. I think I heard that name. Oh shit. KevRow. Coffee and Kush TV. And as always, I'll holla.